Good morning, good morning, good morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and you are breathing. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, and I would like to welcome you all to This is Just a Thought with Stephen Carnegie. I hope everyone's enjoying their week thus far. Second day of the work week, coming up off that weekend. It certainly was here in North Carolina. Man, oh man, oh man, a Shevitz. Wow. It was one for the record books. That's all I can tell you. It was one for the record books. Temperatures Saturday and Sunday. Wow, they were in the 20s, flat out. And at night, Friday night going into Saturday morning, it got down into the low 20s. But Saturday night going into Sunday morning, man, it was in the teens. And some places may have even got into the single digits here in North Carolina, just like throughout the United States. We've been talking about it the past couple of weeks now, between the snow and freezing rain and the low frigid temperatures. It is causing a big colossal mess throughout the United States. But yeah, here this past weekend, man, it was bone chilling. Sunday, well, Saturday. Saturday was bone chilling. I stepped outside, just to see what all the fuss and huffing and puffing was about, and I quickly found out within a millisecond what it was all about because it was bone chilling. And I had on there all the little layers and everything, and it did little to nothing. It was cold. It was cold, folks. It was cold. And, hey, throughout the United States, they're having problems from icy roads to, even down to the rescue vehicles are having problems getting to calls. But the upside, I guess you could say, no pun intended. Temperatures here as starting tomorrow into Thursday. Surprise, surprise, surprise. They're going to get up into the 60s. It may even be 70 or close to 70, 68 or 69 Friday. Wow. Um, Wintertime in the South. That's all I could come up with. I know many folks are talking about global warming. Of course, I certainly understand the argument now because that this past weekend it threw me. And then hey, they're saying we're going to get into the 60s, maybe 70 by the end of the week, but by Saturday, back to business as usual. Temperatures are going to drop down into the 30s. May not even get out of the 30s Saturday or Sunday, just like pretty much last weekend. Wow. Uh, but I am thankful. And I think certainly all of us here in the South, this part of the South at least, we are thankful and realize we are truly blessed because we're not getting any snow. It is just rain. They're expecting some rain tomorrow into Friday. I guess the rest of the country gets the snow and we just get the rain in the South. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm satisfied. I am. I just am. I am. Hey, before I go any further, I would like for you to hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell so you can get notified when I drop these podcasts. Keep you in the loop. Hey, as always, let me know what you think. There's a lot of interesting topics that I'll be discussing here on This Is Just a Thought. So let me know what you think, whether yeah or nay. Hey, I'm pretty thick skinned. I won't bite. I won't bite at all. And I welcome feedback. I'm not like most people that will say, I don't care. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. I welcome the feedback. Not so much as an argument or not even a congratulations or a job well done. Just to hear from folks and to let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I could do better, what I need to leave by the wayside, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I'm pretty thick skinned. I won't bite. I won't bite. Verbally, I may. Nah, I'm just playing. I won't do that. I won't do that. There's no need for that. Like I always say, we are mature adults. We can surely sit down and have a civilized adult conversation. I truly believe that. Then again, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a fool. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's move along here, man. Today's word of the day, juggernaut, which means something extremely large and powerful. Juggernaut. Well, we want to move right along here, man. Wow, this past weekend, this is going to be a quick one, by the way. I'm not trying to rush. I just have some things I need to take care of today, some priorities. This past weekend, I'm sure, as you all know, it was the NFL playoffs. Mm, 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 mm. It was some good games. You know, the previous week we had some games where the teams were dwindled down, and after this past weekend, looks like the teams are going to be dwindled down even more, and we're going into the Super Bowl. Man, this Saturday or this past Saturday, I should say, the Houston Texans they were defeated by the Baltimore Ravens, 34-10. Many say no surprise, but I was kind of rooting and pulling for that young rookie C.J. Stroud for the Texans. He doesn't have anything to hang his head about. He just doesn't, not in my opinion. Hey, you made it that far, and you still looked like you weren't flustered, you weren't upset, didn't get frustrated when things weren't going your way. You made a few rookie mistakes, but outside of that, the future just may be very, very, very bright for the Houston Texans. Just me, just me. And on the Ravens side, man, Lamar Jackson. Mm, mm, mm. He was on point. He had an excellent game. Didn't have the passing yards. Surprisingly, most of those 34 points, I believe two to be exact, was scored by him using his legs. You know, when he first came into the NFL, they told him, "Hey, you need to become a running back or a receiver. You're not a quarterback. Don't ever tell another human being what they are and what they are not." That guy's living proof. They told him he was a running back or a receiver coming out of college, even though he played quarterback. It was pretty good there, but they said the NFL style of football you're not suited for because you're a running quarterback. And hey, it's not so much that old style of NFL football with these running quarterbacks throughout the NFL now, the ones that use their legs. I think I mean, hey, let's just be honest with each other here. Fear of them getting hurt. Yeah, those guys can't get hurt when they're out there, especially when they make it past the line of scrimmage and they start running up on those linebackers and cornerbacks and whatever. If not many teams, I don't believe many teams use free safeties anymore. Um, those were truly indeed the old style of football. The free safety was the head hunter along with those linebackers. I mean, the linebackers saw it at the line of scrimmage, and the safeties they saw the entire field. So whenever thought you broke loose, here comes those free safeties, and they would try to take your head off, and your legs, and your kneecaps, and whatever else whatever other appendix they could snatch off. So I think that's the reason why they're saying that they really don't. Most NFL teams they aren't too keen on scrambling quarterbacks. Get it, got it, understand it. But if that's his style of play and he can win game and he has a cannon for an arm, I say open it up. Just me, just me. What do I know? What do I know? But yeah, that was a pretty good game also. And later Saturday night, the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Green Bay Packers 24-21. The Packers, of course, it was a close game. The Packers almost won that game. If they could have could have won the game. If they could have kicked the field goal, because like I said, the score was 24-21. If they could have kicked that field goal and they would have made it, it would have been overtime. And hey, Jordan Love, I hate to say it, man, he looks good. He looks good. He looks damn good. Him studying up under Aaron Rodgers and being on that bench, taking notes, studying films, with the headsets on, it has paid off. You can see. Yes, you can. Poised, very poised. He didn't look flustered one bit. They just couldn't get the lead or maintain the lead. But outside of that, wow, Lord, looks like we're going to be seeing Green Bay in the NFC North again for a while. None too happy with that. None too happy with that. But that was another. That was a good game also. Like I said, Love, Jordan Love, he looked good. Man, he didn't even look. He looked like he had been in the NFL 5 or 10 years, and it showed. It showed outstanding performance also. Man. And Sunday we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. The Lions won. Wow, what do you know? First time in 30 years, the Lions not only have won a division, but have made it to the playoffs. 31-23 was the final score of that one. That was another good game. Baker Mayfield and company, they just couldn't pull it off. Goff and Saint Brown or Saint Brown, those guys, and along with that running back, like I told you guys, those running backs that the Lions have, they got three of them. They do between Gibbs and Montgomery, former Bears running back, by the way, that they let just walk away, and he took himself over to Detroit. And now he quite possibly, let's be honest with each other, the 49ers are looking good because that's who the Lions are going to play this weekend. The 49ers are looking good, and they are, they're the 49ers. But I hope and pray they don't go in there sleepwalking on those Lions because the Lions are looking pretty good. Haven't seen this from the Lions in, like I said, 30 years. And even then, that was mediocre. They look like a totally different team. If you think back, maybe about 2, 3 years ago when they had that last year, especially when they had that problem where they at the beginning of the season where they could put points on the board but couldn't win the game. I said then, along with many others, hey, if they can keep it together and they can figure out where their problems are, they're a contender and quite possibly could be a champion. They're looking good. The tides have turned. And well, there was one last holdout of those teams that are always hanging around. And hey, like I told you guys last week, the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City on again Chiefs, and the Bills with Josh. I think I may have figured it out, but now it looks like he quite hasn't yet. Allen were defeated by the Chiefs 27-24. That was another good game. Last second field goal from the Bills went wide left. Again, boy, I'm starting to think the Bills got a curse on. Who did y'all piss off? Y'all can't get it, man. Y'all can't get it. You guys. Well, here's the thing for me, and I know you're going to say, "Oh, he's Monday morning quarterbacking, or whatever, what have you, or a sofa coach." Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Here's the thing for me about the Bills and Josh Allen. Now they labeled Josh Allen a gunslinger, very reminiscent of Peyton Manning. Manning. Well, there's no doubt in my mind, I'm sure in your mind or your eyes, just like mine, he can sling it, but he's not that proficient in reading those defenses and really getting those receivers where they need to be. So, gunslinger or not, it's back to the drawing board for you guys. And me personally, like I said last week, and I'm going to say it again, the Bills team, they're very reminiscent of the 80s Bills team with Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, and Thurman, the running back. They are. They're very reminiscent. They can get to the big dance or get near the big dance, but they can't pull it off. And here they are again. So I hope in the off season for the Bills Mafia before they go crazy and tear something up in Buffalo. I hope they work with Josh Allen on not just flinging that thing out there, but look at where you're throwing the ball. Look at the coverage. Look who's around him. There's no reason, no way in the world. Just like last week with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, there's no way in the world you can convince me you should be throwing a ball to a receiver that is double covered with a third guy bringing up the rear, ready to rip his head off. It's not healthy for your receivers. They aren't going to stay in the league too long. They just aren't. They just aren't. So we'll see about that. But this weekend, man, it's going to be the and then, like I said, the stage is set for the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Kansas City on again, off again Chiefs versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I'm not saying that the two quarterbacks have a mirrored style, but it is somewhat similar. They do like to get out of that pocket and run around, and they both have arms on them. So I hope those both defenses, the Chiefs and the Ravens, I hope they're ready. Help you boys hydrate, get some rest, and don't be out there partying this weekend. You got a game Sunday. And it's the game that determines whether or not your team goes to their Super Bowl. Man, can't wait to see that one. Like I said earlier, Lamar Jackson just gotten a bum rap. He's never gotten the recognition he truly deserves. Even though they were saying, "Hey, he's 1-3 in the playoffs or whatever, what have you." But don't look that way no more because not only did he win that playoff game this past weekend, but did he win it on the road? No, that was Patrick Mahomes that won it on the road. But he finally got a victory during the playoffs, Lamar Jackson, in the home stadium. And also, Patrick Mahomes, they had kind of dogged him a little bit too. He finally got a victory on the road in the playoffs. He didn't have to play at home, have home field advantage. The Ravens, I think, yeah, the Ravens have home field advantage, if I'm not mistaken. They just do. They just do. We'll see about that one. Then, of course, on the other side, hey, the NFC, it's the 49ers versus the Lions. Like I said, I hope the 49ers don't go in there thinking this is a cakewalk because you may get your feelings hurt. Goff and St. John's or St. James and those running backs for Detroit, they ain't playing. They're hungry. They're hunting for something. Just might be some of that 49er gold. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And also in the NFL, hey, I really didn't talk about this last week when it happened. New England Patriots coach Bill Parcells has been let go. He's no longer the Patriots head coach. They have replaced him with another head coach, Mayo, he used to play for him. I believe he played linebacker at some point in time. Mayo is now their head coach. And of course, they had to slide in there. This is the first black coach in franchise history for the New England Patriots. Not too sure whether the color or race of an individual has to do with their coaching ability. I really don't know. I can't tell you. Can't tell you. And also, looks like the Las Vegas Raiders are sticking with the interim coach, former player and former South Central kid who grew up loving the Raiders. Looks like he's there. Can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I apologize. Look it up. Can't do everything for you. Just can't. But yeah, he's it apparently. He is it apparently. Wow. And after that debacle and embarrassment last week from the Dallas Cowboys, many were saying, including myself, that the Dallas head football coach was gone. He's out of there. But Jerry Jones came back after he calmed down and composed himself after that interview after the game. And he said, hey, we're sticking with him. He's our coach. Okay. You get what you get. He ain't telling me nothing. That guy needs to go. He needs to go quick. Right along with Dak. Yeah, Dak needs to go too. Well, still haven't heard anything about Dak. As far as he's saying, Dak is his quarterback or their quarterback, but he made it clear and apparent that the head coach was staying. He won't go nowhere. He has all the confidence in the world in him. Okay. Good luck with that, homie. Good luck with that. All right, let's go get it. Hey, just like I told you guys, this is going to be a fast one here. Man, as we all know, today, especially I should say, today is the New Hampshire primary. Well, there's been a bit of a shakeup as of Sunday night. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, who was considered in second place behind Donald Trump, he withdrew his presidential campaign, suspended his presidential campaign. He said that he no longer could ask his campaign staffers to give their time without a clear path to victory. So he's out, Nikki Haley's in. And hey, if you've been listening and watching the news, you know they're saying Nikki Haley, she could take New Hampshire. She had a strong following. So Ron DeSantis is out, and Nikki Haley stays in. He went on to say, it's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. Yeah, he's leading in all of the polls, which is odd for a guy that has maybe three open cases in court and 91 or 92 charges, and that have left many scratching their heads and saying, hey, what if he does get the nomination and may quite possibly win the presidency again with all of these open cases? How is that going to look for not just the Republican Party, but the whole election process? Good question. It just is. It's a good question. It will leave you scratching your head. But anyway, whether here or there, DeSantis says he just couldn't ask his people any longer to put up all of the all the hard work and dedication without a clear path to victory. Now, if you guys remember, sometime last year, I want to say it was around the summer, early summer, maybe midsummer, a report came out, or reports came out, and this was early on, around when it first started, not too long into it. Reports came out that Governor DeSantis, was running out of money. I think he's right back there. They said even Nikki Haley had took a jab at him during the presidential debate in Iowa, where she said, how can you manage this country's economy when you can't even manage your own campaign budget? Ooh, that was a quick jab. That was a nice little jab. Good old two-piece, maybe. So I think wholeheartedly, honestly, that's the reason he's running out of funds. He's running out of funds. He's not getting endorsements that he should get. He's not getting that campaign finance. Pretty much they said he ran through all the campaign finances from that super PAC that he had garnered. Wow. Just wow. So, hey, like I always say, this presidential race 2024 is going to be a doozy. Just is. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a good one here. And side note also, now we all know that former President Trump, he won't lay any hesitation whatsoever to take a jab at his political opponent. And so far this week, Ron DeSantis, like I said, dropped out and endorsed Trump. And he said, hey, he's a good guy. He realized what he was up against, and he just dropped out. But President Trump has already taken a jab at Nikki Haley. Wordplay on her name, questioning her citizenship because her parents are from a certain part of India, I believe. And he questioned whether they were citizens, whether she was a citizen. This is very reminiscent of President Barack Obama, isn't it? That's Trump. We all know that. That's no mystery. We know that's Trump. That's what he does. He takes jabs at folks, try to get up under their skin. We all remember Rubio, Marco Rubio. We used to call him Marco. That's just what President Trump does, man. That's his game. That's how he works it out to get up under his opponent's skin. So he's taking a jab at her, but Nikki Haley fired back and said, hey, this is just what he does. She's right. And who would know better than her? I mean, she was in his administration. She was a UN head, a representative of the UN for the United States. Who would know better than her what he does? She was in that administration. And who would know better than any of us if we haven't been on a rock for the past 4 or 8 years? We know that's what President Trump does. Takes jabs at people. Just does. Now, you might say turnabout is fair play, because here's a kicker also. Now, apparently, sometime this weekend, President Trump appeared to get Nikki Haley and I want to say Hillary Clinton confused. And when I say he got them confused, he was trying to call Hillary Clinton out on something from the past that showed the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. But he kept saying Nikki Haley, Nikki Haley, Nikki, like he was trying to garner his thoughts. Now that has left many to compare him to old Smoking Joe and his senility. They're saying, hey, maybe President Trump's too old. He's only a few years younger, I want to say, a few years younger than Biden. I believe Biden is what, 82, somewhere around there, and President Trump is around 77 or 78. So he's only a few years off. Maybe he's having a bout of senility too. Time will tell. Time will tell. So yeah, it's certainly going to be an exciting presidential campaign. And hell, before we even get to the presidential campaign, we got to get out of the GOP nomination, their primaries. Like I said, they're saying Nikki Haley is expected to finish strong in New Hampshire, but they're saying, hey, she won't be she won't win New Hampshire outright. She's just hanging in there. She's still swinging for the fences. Got to give her propers. Got to give her propers. Man, interesting times, interesting times. Just is, just is. We'll see what happens. I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you, this is pretty exciting to me. Maybe it's not to some of you. A lot of folks don't care that much for politics. They say it's all doom and gloom and gruesome. Yeah, I give you that. That it is. Because hey, like I said, it's going to be very, very interesting. It just is, and I can't wait. I'm chomping at the bits, trying to get some good entertainment from the politicians. We'll see what they do. We will see what they do. I'm gonna go on and get out of here, and I'm gonna go on to skedaddle. Um, as always, I would like to thank you all for lending me your ears this morning. Continue to like, support, share, offer feedback. Hey, get in that comment section. Let me know what you think about what I talked about. What you think about the NFL and these playoffs? Are these finally the teams that have worked and grind over the years and finally decided to finally have gotten to the big dance? Yeah, it's out of that four. I can honestly tell you, there's three of them that I enjoyed seeing thoroughly. Kansas City on again, off again. Chiefs. I don't know. I don't know about those guys. I don't. But hey, it's going to be a pretty exciting weekend. Hey, and if it's going to be cold here in North Carolina, I'll be right where I was at last weekend in the house, chillaxing, watching the games. Not going out there in that cold. Yeah, when I stepped out there Saturday morning, I was like, oh no, I forgot my cane go. And I dilly and I dally back into the house. That hawk won't plan. It won't plan. So yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend with these NFL playoffs. And hey, get in that comment section. Let me know what you think about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropping out. Was it because he realized he really and truly couldn't win? The Republican Party really wasn't behind him. They was supporting Donald Trump, or did he just flat out run out of money? I think it's a combination of both, but I think it had a lot to do with that money. Because if you know anything about Ron DeSantis, him and his quarrels with President Trump, he was ready to slug it out. He just was. He just was. And maybe, hey, New Hampshire has something to do with it. Maybe they did those poll numbers and they said they ain't looking too good for you, homie. It just ain't. It just ain't. So get in that comment section. Let me know what you think. Just do. Just do. Hey, and always, as always, also hit that like and subscribe button and that bell icon so you can get notified when I drop these podcasts. Keep you in the loop. And thank you for listening to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Cornegay. Amen.